The sun has set here in Monroeville, Pennsylvania. The temperature has dropped several degrees since this afternoon, which can only mean one thing. It is fall here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and fall is, of course, a perfect time for girls soccer. Welcome to Monroeville, Pennsylvania, here on the campus of Gateway High School in Anti-Marino Stadium as the Plum Mustangs take on the Gateway Gators here on the NFHS Network. Hello, everybody, and thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Spencer Witt. Gateway is looking to try and rewrite the ship here after a 2-5 start so far in girls 2022 fall season play. Plum, on the other hand, the Mustangs have won 40 straight, that's right, 40 straight section matches dating all the way back to the beginning of 2019, and they're going to look to continue that streak here again tonight. Both of these teams are looking to get into the thick of things here in the Section 3A conference standings between both of these sides. Plum currently leads them. Gateway on the other side looking in, trying to get themselves a couple of victories to try and move up a couple standings here in middle of the season. Both of these teams are on their respective huddles and will both be underway momentarily. Again, a beautiful night, as you can see, bottom of your screen here between Plum and Gateway. The temperature was pretty good before when the sun was out. Not too bad, but since the sun went down, things have really gotten cool I should say, in the air. Plum in the white jerseys, the long sleeves. They're bracing for the weather, and they'll be going from left to right. Gateway in the black jerseys, black shirts, black shorts. And they'll be going from right to left. It will be Gateway who will be kicking off for the Gators. We're underway here on the NFHS Network. Thank you again for tuning in. Gateway tries to move forward with it, but it's out of play. That was Hayden Price for the Mustangs. Daniela Garner, number 17, throws it in for Gateway. And the Mustangs, or excuse me, again, the Gators not had the best start so far this season. A couple of victories, and we saw last time out for Gateway, they took on the Panthers of Franklin Regional. And they fell to them, or excuse me, they took on Latrobe, Latrobe dropped to them 7-0. A tough match. It was 1-0 at halftime, but the wheels kind of fell off for the Gators. They're going to have to really turn things around in this match if they want to compete against Plum. Again, the Mustangs, the third-ranked team in 3A, behind the two teams from outside of this planet, Mars and Moon, respectively. Moon, the number 1 team, Mars, the number 2 team, both in their respective sections as well. And Plum an 8-0 record, 6-0 in conference play. The Mustangs will look to move forward with it. To the far side. This is number 10. For Plum. Ava Waleski drops it back off. And they swing it to the right side. Ashley Kovac, junior for Mustangs, gets it back. Kovac moves forward. Cameron Rogers. Rogers gets that deflected away, but right back to her. She cuts it back in. Mustangs really maintaining possession and controlling the tempo, but as I say that, it's taken away. Gateway tries to move forward with it. Emily Mannion. Hayden Price gets a piece of that one, and a foul is going to be called. Price, the first one to get to that one. And Ashley Kovac just getting her on the toes and tripping her up, so a foul called, and it will be a free kick for the Gators, and Hayden Price is Price. Looks like she is tying her shoe, gets it back tied again, and we will have a free kick. Addie Hellman will take the free kick for Gateway. It's into the box, but sent it right back into the air by the Mustangs. A nice control from 24 for Plum. That was Cameron Rogers, but Rogers gives it away. But right back for the Mustangs. Good give and go, but out of the reach.
Gator ball.
That was Ava Waleski who had it. Dropped it off to her teammate, and then it was out of play. A throw in for Gateway. Taken right back, Annabelle Aaron. For Gateway, and then it's back to the near side. Ashley Kovac. All the way over, this is Rogers. Gives it off to her teammate, one of the captains, Emily Barat. And this one will go out of play. It'll be a throw in for the Gators.
Gator ball.
Abby Griffith throws this one in. Bouncing around a couple times, Emily Warner sends it first, sends it forward, but the defense for Plum is going to be the one to get there first, and that'll be a throw in for the Gators. Quickly thrown in
Price on the throw in
by Price. Back over for number 15, Abby Griffith, but then Plum with it. Cameron Rogers.
Here comes Rogers.
Rogers forward, just out of the reach of her teammate, Ava Waleski, and then it's back over where Garner's not able to get to it, so a throw in for Plum. Waleski gets this one thrown in, or excuse me, thrown to Waleski. And then Plum, they'll decide to bring it over here towards the middle. Right at midfield. Aaron. This is 18, Cami Collins. Waleski looking to move it forward again. Good possession here for the Mustangs. Garner's gonna be the first one to get to that one. It's out of play, it'll be corner kick. So a corner kick for Plum. It's 26, Killinger, who sends that one to the box. Bounces off a couple players and then forward for Gateway. Gateway tries to get it back towards the far side over there, but taken away by Plum. But Plum has to regroup, get themselves back on side, so Garner will get to this one. Minimal pressure on the captain. Back to her. Here, Caleb Kuiper, the head coach for the Gators. Kuiper just started his first season as the head coach for Gateway. Joined the team pretty late, early August, when he was announced that he was going to be the captain, or the coach, excuse me, is it's number 12, Hayden Price, but Price didn't have anything working there. Thought she'd get around the back line, but had to take that ball to the right, and then Plum was able to get back and recoup on defense. Deflected away, another throw in for Plum. Kovac throws it in.
On the throw in.
Cami Collins. Annabelle Aaron. Kovac. Back over Emily Barat. Plum again maintaining possession early on in this match. You can tell this is a fundamentally sound team, the Mustangs. Giving away, a little too obvious on that pass, but Plum is able to regain pressure, regain possession. Looking for the through ball to 25, Kemmel Walker, but couldn't get it to her. Garner is there for it. Garner playing her right back for the Gators. We've seen her play center midfielder for a while, but playing right back on defense as they're going to try and contain this Plum offense, who is moving forward with it. Out of the reach of 26. They were looking for Killinger. It's a throw-in for Gateway.
Jada settles for the Gators. There's Price. Here comes Price.
Fighting for a couple players, and then Cammie Collins taken away, though, by Gateway. Kaylee Simcoe. Back to the far side for Plum. Again, the Mustangs controlling the tempo and possession in pretty much 80-20 right now for Plum in terms of possession. Settles will collect this one. For the Gators, goalkeeper, the junior, for Gateway, sends it forward. It bounces a couple times. Ava Waleski with it. Waleski not able to hold on to that one, and it will be a goal kick for Settles.
Goal kick.
And the Gators. We take a quick goal kick. And then Warner sends it forward. Garner. Garner's got some pressure on her. It's taken away. Looking forward for Plum. Shot taken, but Settles is right there for it.
Settles for the Gators.
Cameron Rogers who got a piece of it.
Nice punt.
For Plum. But it was just a bit away from her, so her momentum was taking her towards the goal. Had to reach back and just get a little bit on it. Didn't get enough on that initial shot, so Settles was able to make the stop. But Rogers with it again. Rogers has got some speed. She gets around one defender. Cuts it back in. Nice play. Was looking for a teammate, but too many black shirts in the area. Forward, but nobody there for Gateway. Kemmel Walker. Need a kite. Waleski now. Out of the reach. Big swing from Addie Hellman. Hellman, the sophomore for Gateway. Cammie Collins. Ava Waleski. Killinger. Waleski with the drive, bounces once.
Settles on the save.
But it's collected by Settles. Second shot of the evening in this one. Settles collects it. Flicked into the air, but out of play, a throw in. Plum still with it. Cameron Rogers. One gets deflected, and now here comes Gateway. They're going to move forward with it. At midfield, they have to drop it off. Nothing that Peyton Kuiper could do to get to that one. Forward off the leg of number 5, Grayson Fry, and Gateway with it. Kuiper. Kuiper fights with Emily Barat, and Barat has it. A long run for Barat, who plays as a defender. Still some pressure on Garner, excuse me. Taken away, and here comes Plum with it, edge of the box. Back over, they're gonna swing this one in towards the box, looking for some help. That one just out of the reach of Annabelle Aaron for Plum as she puts her hands up, puts the thumb up. It was a good ball from the Mustangs. Aaron just didn't get anything on it. And Plum escapes with a goal kick. Or excuse me, Gateway escapes with a goal kick. Kovac. Collins. Back to 27. Kaylee Simcoe. Simcoe making a run. Annabelle Aaron, Simcoe. Simcoe with a shot. It goes deflected off a Gateway player, and it's out of play. And it will be a corner kick, excuse me, for Plum.
Corner kick.
Hear the wind coming off of the mic. It's a windy evening here in Monroeville. We'll have a corner kick for the Mustangs. Caitlin Killinger, the captain, the senior, takes the corner kick for Plum. And it's forward now. 1-on-2 for the Gators. And it's just sent forward by Gateway, where the keeper
McKenna Anderson
will collect that one. McKenna Anderson, sophomore for the Mustangs. He's had an impressive year so far. Anderson, only a sophomore, but has done well. You can hear that wind really picking up. You see the leaves blowing off of the trees. Over top of the field. And offsides is the call, so it's a kick. Yeah, you see those leaves off the trees. It's a windy one here tonight. Wind is going from the right side to the left side, so to the backs of the Gators. I think the wind honestly took that one out for Settles, unfortunately for her. It'll be a throw-in for Plum.
Kovac on the throw-in. Saved by Plum.
Plum will have it now as they'll
Go
towards the left side. Simcoe for Gateway, or for Plum, excuse me. It's really windy out here as the window in front of me has blown open. That's how heavy. This is a heavy window too. Almost knocked over our monitor. Still back for Plum. Looking to move forward. Goes all the way back though. Plum still with it. 27. Kaylee Simku. Here comes Plum moving forward, taking the shot. Actually, looking for the pass, but it's out of play, and it will be a goal kick. Forward for Gateway. Off the goal kick, but Plum, possession now. Right, the football 35-yard line. Cutting in. About 24. Cameron Rogers is going to take that a couple more touches, but he's looking for a teammate. Too many Gateway jerseys in the area. Two players are fighting for it as Plum player goes down. Getting up, that's 31, Emily Barat. To the far side, Nina Kite. Kite fights. She'll earn herself the throw in. We have one substitution coming in for Gateway. That's deflected in the air. Back over for Plum. 18, Cami Collins. One of the seniors for the Mustangs. The team has a handful of seniors, Plum does. Of course, Nina Kite, one of the captains, a senior. Annabelle Aaron, a senior as well, as ball forward for Plum. Possession on sides, but taken away by Gateway.
Nice defensive play by the Gators.
Plum with it. Mentioned some of the other seniors. Cameron Rogers, Kemmel Walker, Caitlin Killinger, the captain. Kaylee Simku, captain as well. So a lot of seniors. Emily Barat, also a senior for Plum. The other side, Gateway only has a handful of seniors. 5 to be exact. 6, I should say, correction. Maddie Jessa and Hallie Grant. Natalie Hellman, Daniela Garner. Juliana Guido and Emily Mannion are the seniors for the Gators. Cameron Rogers back over. Garner. Daniela Garner. Jess still has it. Or excuse me, Megan March, I should say, still has it. Then forward for number 15, Annabelle Aaron. Aaron has a defender on her inside the box. 2 defenders on her and stepping up is Gateway. Good defense from the Gators. Denying Aaron a shot on goal, but Plum still with it. Cami Collins. Garner sends it back. Simquo. Nina Kite. Back over, a low shot, nothing doing on that one. No foul called. Ava Waleski was looking for a call, but she's not going to get anything. It was collected easily by Settles and then sent forward, but now Plum still with it. Aaron gets that one on the inside of her foot. And it goes all the way over to the left side. It'll be a throw-in for the Gators.
Gator ball. Number 24, Genevieve Valdengo, is into the Gator lineup.
Genevieve Valdengo in for Gateway. Valdengo, a freshman. Saw some action last week against Latrobe. Is this one into the box? Collected by Settles. Crossed in and Settles stayed with it. Dove to her left and made the stop. Nothing Cameron Rogers could do on that one. Taking their look, it was crossed in. Right idea there for Plum. Well executed for the cross. Rogers just had Garner defending her, so she couldn't get anything on it. And Settles was right there for it. A foul called. Correction, offsides was the call actually on the Gateway. So a free kick for Plum. And a long run for Nita Kite. Kite drops it back off. One of her co-captains into the box. Looking for Aaron, but couldn't get it to her. A shot taken, and it's a goal! A long-range shot scoring is number 10, Ava Waleski. Another look at this one.
Let's go! Go Mustangs!
It was back out, and Waleski just decides to take the shot right there at the 10-yard line.
One goal scored by number 10, Ava Waleski.
So
Time of the
Waleski,
goal, 15:23. Ava Waleski.
scores the first goal, and it gives Plum the lead, a 1-0 lead here in this one. Now Gateway was looking to move forward with it, cannot. Plum still with it. Possession again has been largely for Plum, as we have 15 minutes remaining. Here in this first half, and some water drops on my window in front of me, so the rain starting to sprinkle a little bit. Here in Monroeville, Pennsylvania, Anti-Marino Stadium, home of the Gateway Gators. Take a look, great shot there, as it is a little drizzle, a light drizzle. Of course, in WPIAL girls soccer, they'll play through the rain, as long as there's no lightning or thunder. The only thing right now is wind and rain. So the two things that will not deter this one from being halted. Waleski drops it back off to her teammate. Forward again for Plum. An opportunity, shot taken, but
Settles on that save.
it's Settles who collects it. Cameron Rogers got behind the defensive line. I thought Rogers was going to take maybe one more touch, but takes the shot. It's a low shot to her left, but Settles was able to collect it. This one out of play. It'll be a throw-in for the Mustangs. Emily Barat back over to the near side. Out of play. Throw in. Who's the actual call? Well, correction, we'll have some substitutions come in first. Two substitutes, one for each side. 32 for Plum. 21 for Gateway. So 21, Julia Beam. Beam, a freshman. Backup goalie for Gateway, who had to come in last week after Settles got injured for a little, was injured for
Number 21,
a little bit of the match.
Julia Beam into the Gator lineup.
32, Serena Carnahan, sophomore for Plum, also into the match. Carnahan fights for this one and wins it.
Number 32, Serena Carnahan.
Good ball to the left side for Plum. Cutting this one in. Settles gets there first.
Nice play by Settles.
And then Gateway clears it.
Clearing kick by the Gators.
We got to play a throw in for Gateway. Rushing in there, I believe, was Cameron Rogers for Plum. That one going right by the referee. Had to duck out of the way, and it's a throw in for Plum. The rain, yeah, picking up a little bit here on this Monday evening. Have to wonder how the conditions will be with a wet field for these teams.
Number 20,
How much that
Megan
will affect
Stammer
play.
is in for the Mustangs.
Megan Stammer is also checked in for Plum. Stammer playing the right back position. This one goes forward where Plum will collect it. That was Barat to the left side. And Nina Kite. Another through ball, another good one for Plum. Cutting back, getting around a defender, throwing that one off to the side of the net.
Goal kick.
Just ran out of real estate. Take another look. It's going to be a goal kick for Gateway. You see getting around Garner. Settles, cutting it off. That was Killinger, Caitlin Killinger for Plum. And Plum still hanging on to a one-goal lead. Gateway still hanging into this match. Gators have yet to register a shot in this one. A little over 8.5 minutes in the first half. Forward, but it goes too far.
Goal kick.
For Gateway, Natalie Hellman can't get to that one. It's a goal kick. For McKenna Anderson. Goal kick at Kaylee Simcoe is the one who's going to take it.
Beam back in.
Julia
For the
Beam
Gators.
back in for Gateway as well. Another ball deep to the left side. Garner fights with number 4.
Nice play by
That's
Garner.
Rayla Smith.
Goal kick.
Smith the junior, as you see Garner get back on defense. Aggressive touch from Smith, and Garner's able to shield her away from the
Now
ball.
they're calling it a corner kick.
But it's a corner
for
kick as
Plum.
it does go off Garner. It will be a corner. It's a quick corner into the box over everybody for Plum, and it'll go all the way back for Gateway. Settles will send it forward. Out of play, throw in for Gateway. Abby Griffith throws it in. Emily Mannion. Mannion goes all the way to the near side now. Still possession with it, but it's taken away. Pressure from Serena Carnahan. But Gateway has it, and they'll send it forward. It's a foot race. And Kite's going to get there first. Actually, correction. That's number 6. Yeah, Nina Kite, one of the captains for Plum, is going to get there first. And she'll throw it in. Correction, we'll have a substitution first, so have to wait for the throw in. Cami Collins checks out of the match. Number 9, Gianna Rivetta, junior for the Mustangs, checks in. Gets round 1 defender. This is 24, Cameron Rogers. Second defender, though, stands her up. Back over to the far side, right at midfield. Rayla Smith, nothing doing there. Gateway, that's going to be out of the reach of Garner. Throw in for the Mustangs. Carnahan. Barat. Carnahan again. Kite at midfield. Nina Kite forward. Raina Smith will try and get to this one. She will. Has some pressure on her. It's Emily Warner. Back over still for Plum, though. Into the box. That one off a player for Plum. A shot taken. And scoring is Plum. Off of the cross. The Mustangs strike again. And it's 26. Caitlin Killinger who scores for the Mustangs. Taking a look, it was Smith who had gotten to this ball first for Plum. And then a low cross from number 10, Ava Waleski. Bounced off one player. And then Killinger able to clean that one up. 2-0 is the difference in this one. Under 5 minutes in the first half. So we have a stoppage of play as we need to get the clock reset. So they're going to have to count the clock down, and we resume play. Another ball. Plum really likes to get these long passes to the far side where Smith can get to it. Garner stands her up there, though, this time. Possession still in favor of the Mustangs. This one, a big drive, and it goes over the bar. It'll be a goal kick. Another substitution in for Gateway, or for Plum, your Gateway, yeah, correction. It's 21. Julia Beam will check back in for the Gators. This one goes out of the reach. Hayden Price. Tough trying to play that one, and it's a throw in for Plum. Annabelle Aaron. Flex off a player, but back for Plum. Again, possession for Plum. Got a handful of shots as we approach the end of this first half. Gateway has not been able to do anything on offense so far, as Plum does a good job keeping that one in. That was number 20, Megan Stammer. Settles will get to that one for Gateway. 2.5 minutes remaining here in the first half on the NFHS network. And Plum looking for one final push here to end this first half. The Gators just looking to get their offense started. Hayden Price back over, but Plum gets to that one. Gators not able to really spread their offense out. They're not getting any good passes off, and it's a testament of Plum's defense. Mustangs really stepping up defensively. Gateway's having a problems stringing a couple of passes together. It'll be a throw in for the Gators. Final 90 seconds of this first half. It goes out of play. It'll be a throw in for Plum. Minute 15 remaining here in the first half. Deep ball off of Mannion, and Settles will have to get to this one. She will, and send it forward. Plum's going to try, or Gateway tries to use this, but Price can't corral it. Plum, unfortunately, for the Gators, they are able to, and they'll send it forward. And these passes are impressive for Plum and forward. This is number 4, but not able to get to that one is Smith. Instead, Settles gets there. And that will be all she wrote for this first half. Again, we had clock issues earlier, so referee keeping the official score time for this match. Ends this one after a first half that was pretty much all Plum. It was the Mustangs who scored twice. Waleski and Killinger both scoring for Plum. Gateway, unfortunately for the Gators, have yet to register a shot on goal on offense. They'll look to try and change things going into the second half, but Plum cruising right now. We'll have a full second half of play here on the NFHS network right now. 2-0 in favor of the Mustangs. Do not go anywhere for the second half. A 2-0 lead for Plum as one half of soccer has already taken place, and the second half will be underway shortly. The Mustangs, again, looking for their 41st straight victory in section play. And they're off to a good start, but they still have one more half to hold off the Gators. We're back underway. It's the Mustangs who will be moving from right to left. Plum will send this forward. Good ball to 26. Caitlin Killinger. Killinger has a goal in this one already. We'll be going into Oakland next fall, and we'll be playing for Pitt. The Panther recruit sends that one out of play, though. It will be collected. Her teammate will be going with her as well. Kaylee Simquo also got recruited to play for the Panthers next season. Out of play, it will be a throw-in. We have a new keeper in for Gateway as well. Julia Beam has checked in as the keeper for the Gators. Forward for Plum, but that one just out of the reach.
Julia Beam on that
24.
save.
Cameron Rogers was
for the
looking for
Gators.
that one. Into the air. Not a good punt from Beam, but Gateway's able to regroup and they'll move it forward. Another reach to
Beam
there
and goal
for
for the
Gateway
Gators.
Back all the way over, 31, Emily Barat. Far side, they were looking for 15. Annabelle Arn couldn't get it to her. Plum is playing with only 10 or 9 players right now, including a goalie. That one out of the reach of Beam. Killinger will still fight for it, but Beam will collect it. If I'm looking at this correctly,
Julia Beam
1, 2,
for the
3,
Gators.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Gateway only has 10 players out there. Compared to the 11 players on for Plum, so Gateway's currently playing down a player. 6, 7, 8, 9, yeah, 10 players right now on the pitch for the Gators. I don't know if Caleb Kuiper notices this too. Is this one out of play again? It'll roll out of play and it'll be a throw-in for Gateway. I have never seen this before. Gateway is down a player. Also down 2-0. I don't know the reason exactly as Garner gets to that one, but it's forward for Plum. Aaron gets a touch of it. Killinger was looking for it, but Garner, good speed from her to get to that one first. Into the corner. That was Peyton Kuiper, and Kuiper doesn't do much with it. Walker was looking for Aaron, but instead, Gateway will get to it. Kuiper. And Beam sends it forward for Gateway. Out of play will be a throw-in for Plum. Substitution still not be able to come in for Gateway. Cami Collins. Killinger, that one too high, and tough angle for the All-State player.
Killinger on that shot. Goal kick.
Now we have enough players for Gateway. So Genevieve Valdengo comes in for the Gators. Gateway played down a player for the first 5 minutes of the second half. Something in a bizarre thing I've never seen before in a soccer match. Don't know what the situation was there, but regardless, we're back to even strength. Something you don't usually say in soccer. Goes all the way down and too strong for 24. Cameron Rogers, and then it will be collected. And a goal kick. Kite gets to that one for Plum. Through ball for the Mustangs. Rolls right around that line, and it will be a throw-in. For Gateway. Into the air and out of play.
Number 14, Elena Ellinger is into the Gator lineup.
Elena Ellinger comes in for Gateway. Sophomore getting her first action here in this one. Touched once by Gateway, and they'll move forward. Out of the reach, though, is just... Pass is just not working for the Gators this evening. Gators offense just not on the same page. Kovac. Killinger forward, was looking for a player. That one Beam sent forward, but it goes off.
Nice play by Beam.
Of Walker. Now Gateway looks to move forward with it. Peyton Kuiper tries to get to that one, but cannot. Headed by Gateway. And a throw in for Plum. One off Annabelle Aaron, by the way. And it was Cammie Collins who was trying to get there first, but Julia Beam got to it. Aaron, edge of the box. Oh, nice pass to the right side, and it's in for a goal.
Goal for
It's Cameron Rogers, but a beautiful pass. Annabelle Aaron on the back heel, dropping it off for her teammate. And Rogers just gets that one to the side of the net. 3-0 Plum.
Plum goal, scored by number 24, Cameron Rogers. Time of the goal, 31-21. Cameron Rogers.
Cameron Rogers, a senior, scores the third goal for the Mustangs. 3 different players have scored for Plum this evening. I've got a play, and it'll be a throw-in. Again, Plum still with it. Deflected off Addie Hellman. Kuiper's able to get there. It's a give and go, and again, just pressure. This time it's 25, Kemmel Walker. Walker for Plum. Kite. Emily Barat. Kovac. Kovac maintains it. Taken away though, good play. Elena Ellinger gets to that one. Goes out of play, though. It's a throw in. Couple substitutions, 3 to be exact, for Plum. Looks like Rayla Smith will check back in. Smith, we saw that speed earlier. And some fresh legs for the Mustangs. Number 12, Mia Nardo, checks in. Sophomore, along with Gianna Rivetta. And Mia Nardo gets this one. Megan Marsh, though, right there for it. And then Hayden Price. Gateway's just throwing this ball, not literally, but kicking this ball deep downfield on offense and just kind of hoping that a Gateway player can get to it. But Plum is the first ones there. Good move,
Number
crossing
12,
midfield.
Leonardo, and 9, Gianna Ravetta. In for the Mustangs.
Forward and collecting that one is the keeper for Plum. Back for the Mustangs. Ball in for Plum as well, but Bean gets to it. Rayla Smith
Nice play
couldn't
by
cut that
Bean.
back over as Bean cuts it off, taking a look, but again, another beautiful ball for Plum. Beam is able to get there before Smith can do anything with it. Another through ball for Plum. This time it's on the right side. Shot taken, and that one goes wide. For the Mustangs.
Goal kick.
I believe that was Mia Nardo who took that shot. Oh, correction, it was Ava Waleski who took it for the Mustangs. Flex off a couple players, and it'll be a throw in for Plum. Kite will throw it in. 3-0 Plum. A team that to start the year was outscoring their opponents in double digits pretty easily. I believe it was somewhere around 22-2. Don't know the exact number with their first handful of matches this year. This team is a juggernaut every year. Again, they've won over 40 straight section matches. This Gateway's looking for the through ball, but it's just too strong again and out of the reach of anyone for the Gators. Headed in the air, at the feet. Flex out of play, it'll be a throw in for Gateway. The Gators will have a substitution. Natalie Hellman will check back in. Plum last season went to the WPIAL Championships in 3A and fell to the Mars Fighting Planets 2-1 in the WPIAL title game. Mars went up 2-0 at half. And it was Caitlin Killinger who scored right near the beginning of the second half, but it was not enough for the Mustangs. Forward for Smith. Rayla Smith, as some defense gets knocked over. We have got a foul, and it looks like we're having a penalty. Rayla Smith going down, yet too much contact from Emily Mannion. And Smith will take the penalty.
Penalty kick coming for the Mustangs. Number 4, Rayla Smith.
Rayla Smith, the junior, versus Emily Beam. Smith takes the shot. It goes off the bar, off the post.
Rayla Smith. And the score remains 3-0.
Smith frustrated with that one, was looking for her first goal of the evening, and it goes off the post. Score remains 3-0. As a goal kick is taken. Now it's Plum with it. Inside the box, but collapsing on Annabelle Aaron. A corner kick.
Corner kick.
Caitlin Killinger takes the quick corner kick. Waleski back to Killinger. Killinger, too high on that one. And it goes out of play.
Goal kick.
So a goal kick, Garner able to settle this one. Forward for Kuiper, but it's out of her reach. Garner. Walker. Give and go to Walker. She can't corral that one. Sent all the way back down. Kuiper's going to take player down. A foul called. Cammie Collins going down for the Mustangs. So the Mustangs last season fell to Mar 2-1 in the WPIAL finals. As this ball headed and it's out of play, it'll be a corner kick.
Simcoe on that kick.
Of course, the top two teams make the state tournament. So Plum did advance to the state tournament. A couple of victories, and then in the semifinal, they faced the same team that they faced in the WPIAL final. Mars fell to them as well as a shot in scoring. It's number 10, Ava Waleski. 4-0 Plum. As Waleski gets her second goal. See Waleski take the shot over the head of Beam. It's 4-0. As a handful of substitutions coming in
Plum goal
for Plum.
Scored by number 10, Ava Waleski. Time of the goal, 22-21. Ava Waleski.
So Waleski scores her second goal of the evening, the fourth one for the Mustangs. Garner for Gateway. Now the reach of Kuiper, and 4 now for Plum. Getting there, the Mustangs, but Beam gets there first. Good play from Julia Beam to get to it. Gateway, and out of the reach. Gators just not able to pass at midfield. They're really having problems. Majority of their passes just off target. This one switching sides, but again, Plum with it. That's 27, Kaylee Simcoe. 22, first touch of the evening for Allison Porter, sophomore, or excuse me, the freshman for the Mustangs. Porter drops it back off to her teammate, Simquo. Barat. Waleski. Now Plum just holding on to it. Out of reach, a throw in for Gateway. Couple substitutions for Gateway. Hayden Price checks back in. Natalie Hellman back in as well for Gateway. Garner gets to that one, but it's Walker now. 22, Allison Porter. Porter can't hold on to that one. Killinger still with it.
Price back in for the Gators. Killinger.
Nice move from Killinger. Takes a shot and Beam
Nice save by Beam.
has to reach out to her right. A low shot from Killinger.
Quarter kick.
Again, just a good move. There's a reason she'll be playing in the ACC next season. A top team, the Panthers. They just upset Notre Dame last week and will be looking to be ranked this week. They are ranked, actually, as a matter of fact. Nationally ranked Panthers. Players collide and another player is down for Gateway. Number 2, I believe, Megan Marsh, who is down for the Gators. It is Marsh, freshman for the Gators, who is down as the clock stops at 19:09. Take a look at the WPIAL Class 3A Section 3 standings. Again, of course, Plum won over 40 straight section matches, so of course they're going to be 6-0 in the standings. Latrobe, the Wildcats looked pretty good last week here in Auntie Marino Stadium. They're 4-1-2. Franklin Regional 4-2 as well. Penn Trafford, the Warriors, currently sitting 4th spot. Gateway on the outside looking in. The Gators 2-3-1. Greensburg Salem got 1 victory so far this season, and it was against the Penn Hills Indians. Rough year for Penn Hills. They are at 0-6. Plum schedule coming up here is, you take a look, this is the previous matches that I mentioned before. They beat Gateway 3-0, beat Greensburg Salem 9-0. Look at the right side of your screen. Not too many goals given up. Only 1 to Penn Trafford and 2 to Latrobe. A good one there against the Wildcats, 4-2. We've got 2-0, 7-0, 2-0, and 5-1. 6-2 victory over North Hills. They take on Gateway today. We're taking on this Golden Lions of Greensburg Salem 2 days from now. And the rest of their schedule, Latrobe, North Catholic, a non-conference match there on October 5th. That should be a good one. North Catholic pretty good in their respective conference. Penn Hills, Franklin Regional, Penn Trafford, and then Hampton, the Talbots, to finish off that schedule. Gateway's 2022 schedule so far. They lost to Plum the first match of the year 3-0. Defeated Penn Hills, lost to Avonworth, South Fayette, and Franklin Regional. Drew against Penn Trafford, the Warriors. Fell to the Knights, but then they were able to bounce back against Greensburg Salem. Lost 7-0 again against Latrobe last week. The Mustangs, they take them on tonight. They'll be taking on Penn Hills. We get a victory against the Indians on the 28th. Woodland Hills, Franklin Regional, Penn Trafford, Hampton, Greensburg Salem, and then the Wildcats to finish off their schedule. Megan Marsh is being helped off the pitch. We hope she is all right. She tried to hobble off, but couldn't apply pressure to her foot. So she'll be carried off I'll have a substitute as well for her. So a substitution coming in for Gateway. I believe it's Hallie Grant who checks in. I gotta be honest, I do apologize. The 8 and the 9 look awfully similar on the Gateway numbers. Again, Plum still with it. Shot taken, actually looking for a cross, looking for Killinger, but couldn't get it to her. It'll be a goal kick. More substitutions, oh my goodness.
Goal kick.
7 subs coming in for Plum. As the Mustangs clearing the bench
Number 8
in this
Hallie
second
Grant
half.
is in for the Gators.
Hallie Grant is the one who came in for Gateway, and it was really tough to tell which number that was. So a lot of Mustangs have checked into the match. We'll give you the numbers as they touch the ball. Ronan looking for Mia Nardo, couldn't get it to her. Gateway still with it. She's got pressure from Rayla Smith. Goes back down. That's off the foot of number 20, Megan Stammer. 32, Serena Carnahan. Here comes Gateway with it. And just forward. Nothing doing there for the Gators. We'll go all the way down. It'll be a throw in for Plum. It was Allison Porter who threw that one in. Caitlin Weiss, sophomore. Ball was thrown in too. Forward, but Garner gets to that one. They were looking to get that one to Gia Babylon. Sophomore for the Mustangs. Moving with it is Hayden Price. Addie Hellman. Hellman gets it taken away by Serena Callahan. Mannion for Gateway. Drops it off. Grant, excuse me, but taken away. Gianna Rivetta with the touch, and then Rayla Smith for the Mustangs. Nobody getting to that one until Gateway does, but it's taken away. Smith again. Rayla Smith into the box. Beam gets a piece of it first,
Nice save
and
by
then it's
Beam.
cleared again. But Plum still with it. Gianna Rivetta. Babylon. Babylon tries to cut that back, but Garner defending her. Looking for a teammate, but it goes off of Hallie Grant, and it will be a throw-in. 15 minutes remaining here in the second half on the NFHS network. Nardo couldn't get to that one. Caitlin Weiss. Carnahan.
Number 13, Katie Weiss, is in for the Mustangs.
Stammer. A little bit of wind here again. The rain has stopped, which is a good sign. Grayson Fry has Dropped it off to her teammates.
Number
Play
37,
again, let her throw it.
Gia Babylon is in for Plum.
Thrown in and into the air again. Into the box, shot taken, but it's deflected, still possession. This one's low, but away for number 21, Alexis Rada. It's 28, that one deflected. Still in the box. The air again, but it goes out of play. It will be a goal kick. That was 28 for, actually a corner kick, correction. 28 for Plum, who had a piece of that one. Olivia Bigger, the freshman for the Mustangs, who also kicks for the Mustangs football team. This one into the box and headed away by Gateway. Bigger had one kickoff late in the game against the Gators, of course, here at Anti-Marino Stadium.
Number 32, Serena Carnahan is in for Plum.
As the Mustangs were looking to try and get themselves back into the match. It was 28-26. As this one's collected by Julia Bean. Bigger had
Nice stop by
a
Bean.
little pooch kick that just a bit too far for any Mustangs to get to, so Gateway was able to hold on to it. The Gators, after a little bit of chaos and a little bit of scariness, an interception to end it for the Gators after they gave the ball back to the Mustangs, was the difference. Gateway did take that one.
Garner on the throw in.
Friday. Garner will throw this one in for the Gators. The substitution again. Peyton Kuiper checks back in.
Kuiper back in for the Gators.
Garner. Nothing there for Plum, or for Gateway, excuse me, and Plum with it.
Number 22, Allison Porter
Gianna Rivetta.
in for Plum.
Forward for the Mustangs. Bean gets there though, sliding in.
Nice play by Bean.
As a through ball just out of the reach of number 37, Gia Babylon. Through again for the Gators. That one deflects off a Plum player. Still with it. This is Smith. Smith with a shot, and it hits the side of the net.
Goal kick.
A goal kick for Gateway. So Beam will take the goal kick. Over for the Gators, but taken away again by Plum. Forward, Garner shielding the defender as Beam gets to it.
Beam on the save. Number 28, Zahara Myers is in for the Gators.
Substitution for the Gators as well. Zahara Myers, freshman for the Gators, is checked into the match as well. So a lot of substitutes being used on this Monday evening here in Anti-Marino Stadium in Rowville, Pennsylvania, here on the NFHS Network. It's been all Plum so far this afternoon, or this evening, excuse me. 4-0 is the score, and they're looking to make it 5-0, and they will.
But rebound score.
As Beam makes the stop, but it's collected and scored. It's number 21, Alexis Rhoda.
Plum goal.
Taking a look, it was a good save by Beam, but the first one to get there is Alexis Rhoda. Rhoda, side of her foot, just finessed that one into the corner. And it's now 5-0 Mustangs. Forward again for Plum. Away there, though, for the Mustangs. Forward again. Plum again with it. 8 minutes remaining. Fight the edge of the box. Mustang still with it. Smith. Smith cuts to her right. Looking for some help. Defended. Second defender gets there. That goes off a player for Gateway. Rhoda still with it for the Mustangs. Her shot goes wide.
Goal kick.
It'll be a goal kick for Plum. Back over for Plum. This time it's 22, Kaylee Simquo. Or 27, excuse me, Kaylee Simquo. To Allison Porter. Forward from 28, Olivia Bigger. But out of the reach. Goes all the way down, and it will be a throw-in for Gateway as it goes on the right side of the flagpole. Thrown in for the Gators, 7 minutes remaining here in this one. Bigger, give and go. Nice ball to Smith. Smith tries to cut that back in, still with it. Smith towards the box, and it goes by everybody, and it will be
goal kick.
A goal kick as that one was crossed in from Smith over the head of a player for the Mustangs. It was Babylon who it went over the head of. A goal kick for the Gators. Garner. Can't on to that one. Out of the reach is stepping up. Was number 9, Gianna Rivetta. All the way back down as Beam calls out for teammate and collects it. Off Gateway. It will be a throw-in for Plum. Pitch has been slanted in favor of Plum throughout this entire night. Back line for the Gators has really had to work. Gateway with it on the opposite side, but nothing doing for the Gators. Elena Ellinger sent that forward, but nobody there for Gateway. We're looking right idea trying to get that to Genevieve Valdengo, but couldn't get it to her. Go back over. 4.5 minutes remaining here in this second half. And the Mustangs are 4.5 minutes away from their 41st section victory. 41st straight section victory, I should say. As this one towards Beam, but nothing doing on that one. It'll be a goal kick. 2 substitutions in for Gateway.
Number 20, Hannah Bruce, is in for the Gators.
And Pruss in for the Gators. The sophomore for Gateway. Allie Grant checks back in as well for the Gators.
Number 9, Anna Walter.
Correction, that's Anna Walter is in. Again, like I said, that 8 and 9 is impossible for me to tell, even with my binoculars. 37, Gia Babylon, but forward, nobody there. For Plum. Taken away from Grant. Grayson Fry, a little physical there. Getting to that one. Stepping up those, Gateway. They've got possession. Forward, nothing there. Nobody can get there. And the first touch we've seen in a while for the keeper. For the Mustangs, wearing an aquamarine colored jersey. Eddie Hellman. McKenna Anderson, by the way, keeper for the Mustangs, who got a bird's eye view of this one. Didn't have to do too much, but still a minute and a half remaining here, and Gateway with it. In Plum zone, but it's out of play. It'll be a throw in for the Mustangs. Sophie Guy was the one who threw that one in, freshman for the Mustangs. Foul called on Plum.
One minute left in the game.
Fights for it. Her teammate. That one goes away though, and it's a throw in for Plum. And frustrations from the Gators. Mentioned it before, the Gators will take on Greensburg-Salem next week, or a couple days I should say, Wednesday to be exact. This one's back over. Salem, only one victory so far in conference play. Gateway would look to try and use that to their advantage to get themselves back on the winning side of things. Final 10 seconds of this one. And that will be
That'll do
all
it here
she
tonight
wrote. It
at
was
Gateway High
all
School.
Plum in this
As
one. The
Plum comes out
Mustangs
on top,
really
5-0.
flexing their muscles and proving why they're the number 3
And
team
now on
in
behalf of
the
the
3A
Gateway High School
conference.
administration, we'd like to thank all
They
of
win
you for
5-0
attending.
goals from
Have a safe drive
Walensky,
home.
Killinger,
Good night, everyone.
Rogers. Walensky got 2, and Rhoda with the last one. Gateway, no offense in that one. No shot on goal for the Gators in this match. No shot, actually, in general in this match. And the Gators have dropped their last 2 matches by a combined score of 12-0. That will be all she wrote here in this one. For our entire broadcasting crew, our producer Adam Gusky, and our director Lee Schaefer, I'm Spencer Witt saying so long and thank you so much for tuning in here on the NFHS Network. Final score, Plum Mustangs defeat the Gateway Gators 5-0 here on the NFHS Network. Good night, everybody.